Our next proposal is Mrs. Gaynor O'Flynn about project ID time.
It's always lovely when it's this time in the afternoon. Yeah, we can stay awake. Come on, we can do it. So I am probably the only, is anyone else from the creative industries in here? I'm just trying to get you going a bit. Anyone? Am I the only one? I am the only one. There you go, there's a first. Okay, so my name is Gaynor O'Flynn, and what I'm proposing is time. So if I just pop along here to number 3. So the issue that we really want to address is we have amazing tools in digital tools in the creative industry to create content, whether it's Adobe or it's Final Cut Pro. We now have at our fingertips what used to cost millions and millions of pounds, right? But then we make the stuff, and there are 30 million workers in the cultural industries across the globe. 33% of them are freelance. I don't know where they get these numbers, but I found it online through UNESCO, but how they add it up, I don't know. But I know through my lived experience that 95% of our businesses are tiny. So you've just got to put yourself, academics, in the headspace of 1 or 2 people doing everything, right? And Nokia. We don't have a sales team. We're busy trying to make the music, make the film, make the fashion design, make the stuff, and then we have to do everything else. And that's where the route to sales and building your audience or your tribe or your clients or your customers really does not work for us. Social media is broken and expensive and is based on an attention model that doesn't support quality content. Are you with me so far? Is it making sense? Yes or no, anyone? Yes? No? Anyone there?
It's addressing all of us?
Yes, yes, thank you. Could have a laugh with it. So what I want to do is, we see there that we're small and we haven't got tech backgrounds and we haven't got business backgrounds and we need to sell stuff with digital tools that don't work. So we are creating a virtual digital gallery so that we can differentiate ourselves from YouTube and show off quality content in the same way as you would with the Tate. Not 3-hour podcasts, just the good stuff, just the quality good stuff that then can be white labeled through an app, which the critical thing it has to do is also integrate CRM. So if you know what 3 words, it would work in a really, really similar way. You have to be able to use it simply. It can't be like Klaviyo. You can't have a dedicated team or even a dedicated one human being on it constantly. It's just got to be a way to protect your IP and contact and sell to your services or your products, same as anything else, to your people via this. Super simple, super easy, but with a high-end virtual gallery added to it, which when, if ever, we all solve the latency issues, can incorporate live streams and everything else. I don't really know that you need to see the rest. You can download them lately. We've got a really impressive background. Team are great. We're not all creatives or we're creative technology people. I'm a British Institute female founder. We've got them on board. We've got a part of BAFTA-Connect. We've got them on board. We've got RADA on board. We've got all sorts of different organizations. So as we've gone through, it's fundamentally a CRM that basically connects to a virtual bespoke gallery, and it also allows users at all levels. So it can be white labeled for your band, your fashion brand, your production company, whatever it is, and also your tribe can engage and find each other through it. So it's using 5G, allegedly 6G, if ever that happens, to connect as efficiently and as well as possible. That looks pretty, right? Don't know if I can really even still follow all of that, but it does make sense if you have a bit longer. Sorry, but it's true. So it's basically, at the core of it is the app there. You're creating content here, so it can cover all sorts of performance and across the creative industries there. And it's circular in a way, because you're able to say, like, your name, your skills, your interests, build your tribe, build your customers, because we are all now creators. So when you said none of you are in the creative industry, I would beg to differ. Who's posted on social media today? Anyone? Someone must have. You're a writer. Who's taken a photograph? Anyone? That'll admit it? You're a photographer. We're creating that content, and that content does have value if we want it to have value. So there's all sorts of possibilities too, once that is protected, and fundamentally, creators get other people creators create the contract, not sign other people's, and that will protect and drive revenue to us. So, a load of stuff up there, that's just how big this is. There are a lot of us out there, a hell of a lot of people in the creative industry across the globe. And of course, China and India, there's new emerging markets all the time. They are now creative too, generating their own content en masse, not just copying. We built, there's a virtual Tate tank, although probably not allowed to say that. Do they own that? I don't think so. So you can also build your own gallery, which can mimic the physical world. And so we have all that in-house expertise, but you can see the top there. We need that hardcore, people that don't want to just go to Google or Amazon to get the service. We need to build an infrastructure where we can create and protect the IP and deliver a really solid, safe infrastructure for this massive global market of creators. So, yeah, lots there, which you can read if you want to. We've got a great advisory board, lots of people that do know how to do tech, you'll be glad to know. And also people that know how to do business, which is even more amazing. And there you go, that's me. So just come and say hello if you think there's any way you can just help. Thank you very much.
Anyone a question? Oh, no question? Okay, thank you. Oh, you got a question, sorry. You got a question? There's a question?
Okay, I love the idea.
Thank you.
There is a competition.
Is there a bot?
There is a, it's not a bot, it's an and there is some competition, or at least it was presented like this before it was kind of dropped. Is the person of this morning still here?
Which one, sorry?
How is that different from a virtual world such as the metaverse? To propose my services and expose my gallery. You see what I mean? And that's why I'm referring to
why it's really, really different is because a metaverse is just it's a gallery that's in the metaverse, right? You see the stuff. So in that level, that behaves in a very, very similar way. But what this does is connects you up through, if you think of what 3 words is probably the easiest way. So you need to find your audience, you need to find your team, and post-Brexit in Britain, that's incredibly difficult. So it connects it up directly to your CRM that drives your business around that content. So you're not just posting it and saying, pay for this, viewer. It's a sort of much more circular economy because you're in a band, right? You post your video and you want to go and do something in Bradford. So through the app, you can find in Bradford a photographer that can come and film you when you actually do it live as well. Does that make sense? So it's that added back-end element and that added back-end architecture that drives a much more sustainable business model, number one. And quite a lot of the metaverse is going the way of YouTube and doesn't pay fairly, which is the main differentiator, if I'm being honest. We want to go for a model a bit like music publishing, if you're aware of that, where it's a much fairer split and an open and transparent split, whereas certain players in the metaverse are not renowned for paying creators in an equal, open and transparent way. So I think that is actually, to be honest, the main difference too.